All right, back again. And today we are discussing, do narcissists know that they're narcissists? And we're going to go into a deep psychological breakdown of this, right? A lot of times, people who encounter narcissists and have their issues with narcissists often wonder, like, what's the motive behind it? Why are they doing this? Like, why would they intentionally try to hurt you? And is it just all from this narcissistic behavior that they can't control, or is it something more to it? Well, if you ever confronted someone about their narcissistic behavior, only for them to deny it, or worse, turn it around and put it on you, you might have asked yourself, do narcissists actually know what they are? And the answer isn't really straightforward, as you might think, but I'm going to unravel the layers of narcissistic self-awareness and explore that psychology behind the behavior, at least. And most importantly, I want to help you understand how this knowledge can protect you from their manipulation. Okay? So first of all, we have to understand the paradox of self-awareness in narcissists, right? At first glance, it might seem like narcissists are completely oblivious to their own toxic behavior. They act confident. They double down when confronted. And they're rarely ever, well, if ever, they rarely will admit fault. But the truth about all of this is something I want you to understand. It's a little bit more complex because research has shown that some narcissists actually do recognize their tendencies, right? They may know that they manipulate, gaslight, or seek admiration excessively, but in their minds, they're just tools for survival. So they don't really see that behavior is wrong, to really acknowledge it in the way that you would think they would, to be able to possibly correct it, right? They don't see these traits as problems. They see them as strengths. So think about that. When you have an individual who is looking at their behavior in light of being a strength to them, right? Of something that is not bad, not wrong, how could they be aware of, in other words, that awareness is going to be altered, at least. But here's where it gets tricky. Because even when narcissists acknowledge their behavior, they don't feel the need to change it. They don't. Why? Because in their world, their actions are all justified. All of their actions are justified. If they hurt someone or they hurt you, it's because you or that person deserve that. If they lie, it's because the truth wouldn't have served them, right? If they tell the truth, that truth wasn't going to help them out. So why tell the truth? They're not driven by self-improvement, as you might think. So if a self-aware narcissist is coming at you, it's not because, and they're making it seem like they're aware, it's not because it's self-improvement. It's because they're driven by that ability to still be able to control, right? And there's a hidden fear that fuels all of it. Beneath the grandiosity and beneath the arrogance lies something that most people don't see. A deep underlining fear. Many narcissists operate, from what I've seen, from a place of insecurity. And it's so intense that admitting fault would shatter their entire identity that they worked so hard for years to build up. Just acknowledging that you were right and they were wrong, to even correct the wrong, to have to correct something wrong that they've done to you, shatters them. It tears them apart. Right? And that's why many narcissists operate from that place of insecurity. You know, if you think about it, imagine living with constant fear that if people saw the real you, they wouldn't love you. They wouldn't want you around. They would ignore you. They would instantly push you away. This is why many narcissists construct a false sense, a carefully curated image that hides their true feelings of inadequacy. But here's what's fascinating about all of this, right? Some narcissists do experience at least brief moments of clarity. They come and go, but they it's like it peeks its head out and then goes back in, right? They may notice patterns in their failed relationships and recognize that others pull away from them because of these certain behaviors, or even acknowledge that they struggle with emotional connections. However, instead of using that awareness to grow, most of the narcissists, most all of them, will suppress it, shift the blame, or use it to further manipulate others. And so when you ask why understanding this matters for you, well, if you ever seen or if you ever been entangled with a narcissist, you may have spent like countless hours trying to put your finger on and analyze their behaviors, questioning if they meant to hurt you or not, or even hoping that one day they'd change. But the understanding of whether a narcissist knows they're a narcissist isn't just an interesting discussion that we're having right now, right? So what we're really diving into is protecting your own mental and emotional well-being. If you're feeling drained, confused, or stuck in a cycle, trying to make things work with someone who's constantly deflecting, blame shifting, minimizing your feelings, or they're even making you question your own sanity. This is something that pretty much everyone deals with when they deal with a narcissist. So don't think you're alone. But recognizing these truths about narcissistic self-awareness can be the first steps in reclaiming your power. And what does that look like moving forward? Well, the biggest thing is, if you're wondering, well, did they really love you? Did they do all of this? Because at times they would kind of show that they cared, but they don't have the capacity to love, because everything is about them. Everything is centered around them and how they feel and what they want. So you're collateral damage and when it's all said and done. Because it's easy for the narcissist to turn around and forget all about you, even though they did you wrong and did this and that, and you didn't necessarily do them anything. It's a lot easier for them to turn and move forward as if you never existed. Because, again, as I said in one of my other videos, they have programmed themselves to only seek out what fulfills them, to only push towards what's going to satisfy them. Are they aware of them hurting you? Yes, they know that they're hurting you. But for them, they rather hurt you and get what they want than to be hurt from someone else and not get anything. They rather use and manipulate you and get what they want than to not get anything out of the deal at all, where they come up short. So they rather have at all cost the winning end of the situation, regardless of how many many people they manipulate, hurt, trick, lie to, whatever. This is the way they operate. This is the way they're wired. And yes, they do know what they're doing to you. They do know that they're hurting you. When they're cheating and lying and doing all of this stuff, they understand full well that that's something that you wouldn't like, that would crush you. Do they care? No, because whatever they're doing on the other side is serving a purpose to them. Your needs, wants, feelings is non-existent to them. They'll play along to get what they want. They know how to show fake empathy and all this to get what they want out of you, to get you to cooperate. But it's not genuine. And that's the main thing that matters. It's not real. And I think that's what most people struggle with, understanding whether they know what they're doing or not. Anyway, that's all I have to say for this message. Consider to like and subscribe if you're interested in a one-on-one consultation. If you're stuck in any type of way, need clarity, shoot me an email, reach out to me. I'll get you information on how to go about doing that. My email's in the description box. Till next time, have a good one. Stay safe.